Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, a crash involving a Raleigh police cruiser has a road closed. What we're learning from the scene as police investigate.
And don't be shocked by the temperatures. You step out the door. We're back to winter with temperatures in the 30s, but I'll show you what it will feel like with the wind chill.
Emotions run high in the General Assembly over a bill that strips power from Democratic state leaders. And the challenge the new law may still face even after the veto override.
And today, UNC is hammering out the final details for bringing Bill Belichick to Kenan Stadium sidelines. What we're expecting today after the huge news that the deal is happening. And a vote on that just 3 hours away as we get you started here at 6 o'clock. And that deal will mark a first for Bill Belichick in his legendary career teaching at the collegiate level at Chapel Hill. Thanks for joining us. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, thanks for making us part of your Thursday as we get things rolling here. There's a bill at the state legislature we're talking about, the bill in Chapel Hill we're talking about. You fit the bill perfectly just being with us right here today. And Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Certainly the talk is the cold this morning.
Big change. If you happened to be out yesterday evening, you probably started to feel that colder air coming in. We have a beautiful view of downtown Durham here with the Lucky Strike Tower all dressed up with holiday lights. 33 is our temperature in the Triangle. We have a fairly light wind right now at around 5 miles per hour. The wind as we get through the day will be coming out of the northwest. Here's another tower all lit up right here in Raleigh in our backyard. Skies are clear for us this morning, but temperatures are feeling chilly. The temperatures on the left and the wind chills on the right. It feels like 25 in Goldsboro, 26 in Fayetteville, 24 in Southern Pines, 27 in Roxborough and South Hill. So just be prepared for temperatures in the 20s as you step out the door. And yeah, it's a huge change. 30 to 35 degrees colder than this time yesterday. We'll climb into the upper 40s this afternoon with lots of sunshine, and then temperatures keep on climbing through the weekend. We'll take a peek at that coming up, Ken.
At 6:01, Elizabeth, we're staying on top of that breaking news that we shared with you at the top of the broadcast, a crash at Brentwood and Skycrest Drive involving a Raleigh police cruiser. Let's get to WRAL's Nick Perlin in the WRAL breaking news tracker with what he's been able to find out. Nick, what do you know?
Well, Nick, I can tell you right now, all lanes here are still blocked off here as we still try to figure out what exactly happened here early this morning. We do know Raleigh police cruiser was involved in this crash, and you can see here that car there, right there by that taped off area. It looks like one of its tires went out, and in the middle of the intersection here, this is on Skycrest in Brentwood. Look at all the debris there scattered all throughout the road. Now we're going to pan over a little bit here. Now this is the other car that was involved, and you can see investigators here. They're shining flashlights, and they're trying to figure out how that car ended up all the way over here. You can see bad damage to it. And Ken, we did know they did have drones up about 30 minutes ago. Those drones have been taken down, but at this point in time, we're still trying to figure out what exactly happened here and how this crash happened and if anybody was hurt. But for now, we'll send it back inside. Ken, are you seeing anything else on the map right now?
Well, the thing is, if Brentwood or Skycrest is part of your morning commute, of course, Capitol is your alternate route, so you can avoid that intersection of Brentwood and Capitol. Elsewhere around the Triangle and surrounding communities, that crash just happened. I'll let you know exactly what's going on. This crash right now is actually on the property of RDU International, but it's not appearing to be delaying anybody getting to either of the terminals, but I'll keep an eye on it for you as well. If you're getting ready to head out, tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3. You can listen to us anywhere in the Triangle.
Today, UNC's leaders will iron out the final details of the deal bringing Bill Belichick to Kenan Stadium sidelines. The legendary coach agreed to a 5-year deal with UNC. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from UNC. And Kelsey, a lot of excitement here. The sidelines to the headlines to this in Chapel Hill for this move.
Yes, Jeff, we're just hours away from UNC making that new hire official. The Board of Trustees will meet here in the South Building on campus later this morning. Now, we all know Bill Belichick as the 6-time Super Bowl champion head coach of the New England Patriots. Belichick has never coached college ball, but he has the second most career wins in NFL history, 333 victories. UNC says Belichick agreed to a 5-year deal, and he already made his first hire. Former NFL NFL general manager and executive Michael Lombardi will be UNC football's next GM. We caught up with students on campus to hear their reaction to Belichick coming on board.
I'm excited. I grew up as a Patriots fan. I'm from Massachusetts, so especially with Drake May on the Patriots now, it kind of feels like worlds colliding for me, and I'm excited about it.
And something interesting to note here, being a Tar Heel runs in Belichick's family. His dad was an assistant coach for UNC back in the 1950s, and we will get that official word from UNC once the Board of Trustees meets this morning at 9 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Chapel Hill.
I'm Brett Neese here in the WRAL Live Center, where reaction to this news at UNC continues to pour in on social media. Some of the latest reaction that's out there, Jordan Hudson, that is Bill Belichick's girlfriend. This is her story on Instagram with the caption, "We are on to Chapel Hill." That's a nod to Bill Belichick in a press conference from years ago with the Patriots. And then here's Kirk Herbstreit, the highly regarded college football analyst, saying incredible. He got on his flight to San Francisco, and the Bill Belichick is a done deal with UNC football. He's very happy for college football, and he says congrats to both fan bases. We'll continue to monitor reaction here in the WRAL Live Center.
Brett, thanks for that. WRAL will have crews in Chapel Hill throughout the day as the deal to bring Belichick to UNC is finalized. So be sure to tune in for our newscast from 4 to 7:30 this evening for live reports.
We will hear from more witnesses today in the trial of a Raleigh grocery store owner charged with murder. Tazir Zarqa is accused of stabbing a customer to death. During the first day of testimony, 6 witnesses took the stand. The medical examiner told the court Mark Garrity was stabbed 3 times. Police showed the jury a 4-inch pocket knife they say Zarqa used. They say Garrity was trying to put a Gatorade in his bag when Zarqa confronted him. The jury also saw video of that confrontation that came from a customer who was inside the store. Zarqa says it was self-defense. The trial is expected to last through tomorrow.
Give you this live look right now at the General Assembly building downtown Raleigh. It's quiet there this morning. That wasn't the case yesterday. There were protests there over a Helene relief bill that also strips power away from state Democratic leaders, including the governor and attorney general.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Nearly 300 protesters were inside the legislature as the GOP-led House voted to override Governor Cooper's veto of the Senate Bill 382. It is now law because the Senate also voted to override it last week. Republicans have said some of the changes included in the bill are needed to improve public confidence in government. Democrats, including Governor Roy Cooper, call it an unconstitutional partisan power grab.
It was too bad that they did not put relief for Western North Carolina in this legislation and decided that they wanted to grab more power for themselves in violation of the North Carolina Constitution.
Capitol Police arrested one protester. Ann Humphreys is facing charges including resisting a public officer. The newly passed law will likely face a legal challenge over executive power.
Durham police have arrested and charged a man in connection with the shooting that killed a man. DeMonte Lewis is facing charges including murder. The shooting happened on Guest Road in May. Police believe Lewis shot and killed Tricon George in the parking lot of a business. George died at the scene. Lewis is in jail without bond.
Improving weather is helping crews in California fight a major wildfire that is burning in Malibu. About 20,000 people remain under evacuation orders due to the Franklin fire. Red flag warnings have been lifted as the dangerously strong Santa Ana winds have now passed. Firefighters say the burn area is very steep in those canyons, making it difficult to contain. It is unclear how this fire started.
Today, President-elect Donald Trump is expected to be named Time Magazine's Person of the Year for the second time. 2 sources familiar with the decision shared that with NBC News. Trump was also Time's Person of the Year in 2016. He will ring the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange this morning as well. The exclusive reveal will happen this morning on Today at 7:30.
An anonymous $50 million donation to Duke Health will be used to implement new proton beam therapy. It's the largest gift the healthcare system has ever received. Proton beam therapy is a highly precise form of radiation. It uses protons to specifically target tumor cells, saving healthy tissue surrounding the cancer. Treatment is usually painless Duke Health says the technology will be used on a wide range of patients and will be especially significant in treating pediatric cancers.
Protons are an important tool for treating children. Human tissues are particularly sensitive to radiation when they're growing, and radiation can impair bone and muscle growth in children. It will be enormously helpful for patients in the triangle.
The facility is expected to cost $120 million. It should be completed by 2029 and will treat about 800 patients a year.
The Chinese Lantern Festival in Cary is expected to reopen today. It was canceled yesterday because of the rain. That wasn't the only big holiday event affected by last night's weather. Pullen Park's Holiday Express was also canceled. The makeup date for ticket holders to that event will be December 19th. Now, if you had tickets to the Chinese Lantern Festival last night, there are other date options for you to go back.
The Christmas tree at the state capitol will be lit tonight. This is video of last year's celebration here. The lighting of the state Christmas tree is considered the official start of the holiday season in the Tar Heel State. Festivities begin on Capitol Square at 5:30 this evening with holiday music performed by the Raleigh Concert Band. The ceremony starts shortly after 6.
6:10 now on your Thursday morning. North Carolina Central University is receiving a large donation from Google and how Google plans to make the school into a hub for AI innovation.
And it's no charges for Jason Kelsey, the end of the investigation into a phone smashing incident with a fan.
And the cold air arrived overnight last night. In terms of the wind chill, it's going to feel like 20s this morning, but I'll show you a pattern change that will bring us some warmer air soon coming up.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:13. It's a pretty start out there this morning. Our temperatures are definitely on the chilly side. 33 degrees. Big change from yesterday. Of course, we had our front come through last night, and you probably, heard it. It was really, really windy. So a change, in our forecast means you need to definitely make sure the kids are bundled up if they have to be out at the bus stop for long. Temperatures are going to be near freezing. And for the most part, the wind chill feels like upper 20s. We'll see an afternoon high of around 48 degrees with some sunshine later on today. That will not feel too bad. Today will be the coldest day that we see for the next 7, and temperatures will gradually start to warm up over the next few days. We take a look, of course, at today at 49 and then 55 on Friday. Look at that, 65. If you were hoping for some warmer temperatures, hold on until early next week, Ken.
Elizabeth, in the WRAL Traffic Center, we're staying on top of that breaking news on Raleigh's east side. We're talking about this crash involving police crews at Brentwood Road and Skycrest Drive. Nick Perlin is there in the WRAL breaking news tracker. You can see Brentwood Road is closed at the intersection with Skycrest Drive. Raleigh police and first responders are there now working that scene. We're working to figure out exactly what's going on. Of course, Nick Perlin will have a live report at the bottom of the hour right here on WRAL. Also around the Triangle and surrounding communities, we've got a couple of incidents right there. In the next few minutes, I'll let you know if either of those incidents will affect your morning commute.
Ken, thanks for that. Google is giving $1 million gift to North Carolina Central University in order to establish an institute for AI research. Leaders at Central say this will be the first institute of its kind at an HBCU in the U.S. The initiative will provide cutting-edge courses, mentorship, and hands-on research opportunities with artificial intelligence.
We recognize that talent is equal, but often opportunity is not. And so our goal here is to make sure that we're leveling the playing field and making sure that everyone has an opportunity to participate, not just in the development of artificial intelligence, but the research as well.
Well, this grant will directly affect up to 200 students in the first 2 years. FBI Director Christopher Wray says he'll resign before President-elect Donald Trump takes office. Wray's announcement was not unexpected. Trump recently put Kash Patel as his choice for FBI director, even though Wray still had 3 years left on the job. In a post to Truth Social, Trump called Wray's resignation a great day for America. Patel met with Republican senators on Capitol Hill yesterday. He says he looks forward to his confirmation and a smooth transition at the FBI.
The Wisconsin man who faked his own death and fled the country is out of jail this morning. Ryan Borgwart appeared in court yesterday in Wisconsin. He disappeared after going kayaking and was presumed dead. Further investigation uncovered that he had actually left the country and traveled to Uzbekistan. Authorities tracked him down, brought him back to the U.S. Borgwart was released on a $500 bond yesterday. He has been charged with one count of obstructing an officer, which is a misdemeanor.
People in Raleigh have another chance to tell city leaders how they'd like their tax dollars spent. Tonight is the final Zoom meeting to share insight on city budgeting. The meeting begins at 6 p.m. You can find a link online at raleighnc.gov. There will also be a total of 6 in-person sessions scheduled throughout January. You can find those times and locations online as well.
There will be no charges against former football player Jason Kelce after he smashed someone's cell phone in an altercation last month. The situation was shared widely on social media. Kelce was attending a football game at Penn State when another person began shouting at him and called his brother Travis a slur. Kelce then took the man's phone. University police say nobody ever filed a complaint about damage to personal property.
Today, Fayetteville State University is hosting a groundbreaking ceremony for its new College of Education building. The ceremony starts at noon on Langdon Street. The new College of Education building comes along with several other new developments on FSU's campus. Those include a new parking deck there, a Chick-fil-A, and Starbucks built this year.
This Sunday, WRAL and Fox 50 are your homes for NFL football. First, it's an NFL doubleheader on Fox 50. At 1, the Carolina Panthers host the Dallas Cowboys at Bank of America Stadium. After that, at 4:25, it's the Battle of Pennsylvania. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel east to Philly to play the Eagles. Then turn it over to WRAL for Sunday Night Football. The Seattle Seahawks will host the Green Bay Packers. Kickoff for that game is at 8:20.
While you're planning your viewing schedule, the Durham Holiday Parade is right around the corner. You can join WRAL's Ken Smith, Ashley Rowe, and Grace Haba for all the floats, marching bands, dance groups, and Santa as well. Our live coverage of the Durham Holiday Parade starts Saturday morning, 10 a.m. on WRAL.
Nice to finally have a dry start this week, right, to the morning commute, but Elizabeth Gardner, we traded it for some cold temperatures. The Arctic blast is back.
It is back. You probably felt it. Maybe if you happened to be out yesterday evening, the wind really picked up and started to pull in some of that colder air. So it's nice and clear this morning in Fayetteville, as well as Apex, Chapel Hill's courtesy of Top of the Hill Restaurant. And we love to show off our tower right here in our backyard here at WRAL on Western Boulevard. There goes the front. Here comes the high pressure. High pressure systems tend to bring us dry conditions. We have sinking air with a high, and that tends to dry out the atmosphere. There is some leftover moisture, enough for some frost on your windshield this morning. We're going to talk more about how long it may take to scrape your windshield coming up. But we'll continue to have dry conditions with this high pressure system in place, and we're also going to see a little bit of a warm up starting tomorrow. How much rain did we see? Boy, we needed that rain. As much as 3 inches on the campus of Duke, Siler City over 1.5 inches. RDU right about 1.5 inches. Fayetteville 1.3, 1.25 in Rocky Mount, and almost 1 inch there in Goldsboro. So it was a good soaker for us. We're behind in terms of rainfall. The yellow and orange area is where we have we are behind by anywhere from 75 to 50% of our normal rainfall. We are tracking another front, but this one looks like it's not going to bring us much rain. If you happen to be watching yesterday, it looked like, we may see some showers on Sunday. The chances of rain on Sunday are dropping. There's just a slight chance on Sunday night. And then instead of turning colder behind that front, we'll actually warm up a bit. We've dropped it down to 20% for our chance of rain on Sunday. You can see plenty of rain to our west and back into the mountains on Sunday morning, but watch how all of that starts to shift northward during the afternoon and evening. And again, just a very small chance of some rain on Sunday evening. We're looking at a cool day on Saturday and Sunday, 53 on Saturday, 54 on Sunday. Lots of sunshine Saturday, a little bit of cloud cover when that front comes through on Sunday, but again, not looking at a whole lot of rain. We have a slightly better chance of some wet conditions that week right before Christmas Christmas, but right now the 7-day forecast looks pretty dry. We even have some warm weather thrown in for folks who like that, Ken.
Well, looking forward to that. And Elizabeth, we're staying on top of that breaking news in Raleigh's east side. We're talking about this crash that shut down the intersection of Brentwood Road and Skycrest Drive. It involved a Raleigh police cruiser. Let's get to Nick Perlin in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker, giving us these live pics this morning. You can see Raleigh police cruisers shutting down that entire intersection. You can see all the debris that's there in that intersection. Of course, if this is part of your morning commute, you want to use Capitol Boulevard as an alternate route. Nick Perlin will have a live report coming up at the bottom of the hour right here on WRAL. Elsewhere, the reason I'm bringing this crash to your attention here on Old Falls of News Road is because Wakefield Pines is already a situation where it's already a detour for the bridge work that's happening there on Old Falls of News. So it's already congested to begin with, and you add this crash in, you probably will need to give yourself some extra time, particularly if you're dropping students off at any of those schools there along Wakefield Pines. You're getting ready to head out this morning. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3. You can listen to us anywhere in the Triangle.
Police say evidence is building against the man accused of shooting the CEO of United Healthcare. The items investigators are using to link Luigi Mangione to the crime scene.
And a fraternity at NC State is looking for a new home. Why? They're being removed from their house on campus.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Certainly the news that has everyone talking, Bill Belichick coming to UNC Chapel Hill.
Ken Smith is here now with What's Trending. Ken.
And Jeff, a lot of reaction coming in, including from legendary quarterback Tom Brady posting about it on his Instagram story. Of course, Brady and Belichick won 6 Super Bowls together in New England. Brady congratulated Belichick and said the Tar Heel way is about to become a thing. Also, Bojangles welcoming Bill Belichick to the state, telling him the first Cajun filet biscuit is on them.
So how many hooded sweatshirts just had the sleeves cut off of them? That's what I want to know about this little trip to Chapel Hill here. It's going to be really interesting. The new world thing. I mean, he's hired a GM. He's got a 400-page, notebook on how to get guys to the NFL. So it's going to attract a lot of attention. We'll see. There's the sleeves cut off of the hoodie.
You got to change the Patriots to UNC
well,
colors.
That's it. That's
Get him some Carolina blue paraphernalia.
Hey, Selena Gomez trending this morning. She's getting married. She posted these photos to Instagram last night showing off the ring Benny Blanco gave her. In the caption, she said, "Forever begins now."
Beautiful ring, beautiful couple. And someone you may have heard of, Taylor Swift, commented saying, "Yes, I will be your flower girl." Selena and Taylor are very tight, so it could be a star-studded wedding.
Happy for her.
That's a great ring, huh?
Ken, thank you. A bill stripping power from the state's Democratic leaders is now law. The run-ins between protesters and Capitol Police as emotions run high over the vote.
And the cold air has returned, so it's a frosty start. You may need a couple of minutes to scrape your windshield. I'll show you when our temperatures are back above freezing coming up.
And that breaking news we're following in Raleigh this morning. A crash involving a police cruiser has an intersection shut down. What we know as we look live at this picture right now about this crash had officers investigating for nearly 3 hours.